Welcome back to Own the Process, the podcast where we stop chasing shortcuts and we start mastering the systems that create extraordinary lives. I'm your host, Belny Danny, and today we're going to be diving deep into one of the biggest lies in personal development. And that lie is you just need more motivation. No, you do not need more motivation. You need more discipline. Motivation feels amazing, but discipline often feels ordinary. Yet, one changes your mood, the other changes your life. Today, we're going to be talking about why discipline always outlasts motivation, why motivation is truly unreliable, and how adopting the right perspective can transform the way you approach your goals forever. So let's get into it. First and foremost, we want to be honest with ourselves. Everybody, and I mean everybody, loves motivation. We love the music. We love the speeches. We love the quotes. They make us feel unstoppable, like we can run through walls. But here's the problem. Feelings do fade. Think about the New Year's resolution. Millions of people start the year motivated. Gyms are packed. Meal prep containers are everywhere. People buy planners they will never ever use, and 30 days later, most have already quit. What happened? Did they suddenly stop wanting success? No. The emotion disappeared. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is behavioral. That is what's the massive difference. Motivation asks, I feel like doing this. Discipline says, I'm doing this regardless. One depends on emotion, the other depends on identity. Now, let's give you a fresh perspective. Imagine this. Imagine motivation as a friend who visits unexpectedly. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they disappear for weeks, months, and years. Would you trust that friend to help you pay your bills, raise your kids, run your business? Probably not. Yet, people trust motivation to build their dreams. Now, that's dangerous. Motivation is a bonus, not a strategy. Professional athletes don't train because they're motivated every day. Doctors don't save lives only when they're inspired. Pilots, they don't fly planes based on how they feel. Professionals relies on systems, not emotion. Success belongs to professionals. Professionals show up. Amateurs, though, wait to feel ready. Here's the perspective I want you to adopt. Stop asking, how do I stay motivated? Instead, ask, who do I need to become? That's a completely different question. Someone who identifies as a disciplined person doesn't negotiate with themselves every morning. Think of this. They simply act. Identity drives behavior. Behavior builds habits. Habits create results. Results reinforce identity, and it becomes a loop. If you consistently tell yourself, I'm trying to become more disciplined, you'll still identify as someone who isn't. Instead, say, I am someone who keeps promises to myself. That's discipline. Discipline isn't punishment, it's self respect. Now, I know that this sounds backward, but people think that discipline limits freedom. Actually, discipline creates freedom. Think of it. Financial discipline creates financial freedom. Health discipline creates physical freedom. Relationship discipline creates emotional freedom. Business discipline creates time freedom. The temporary discomfort of discipline creates permanent opportunities. I heard this quote years ago that says, I rather, you either can pay the price now and pay for it later, or pay for it now and play later. What you'll find out, without discipline, life becomes reactive. With discipline, life becomes intentional. Every successful person sacrifices something. The difference is disciplined people chooses what they sacrifice today. Undisciplined people sacrifice their tomorrow without realizing it. Now let's make it practical. Here are 5 ways to become more disciplined in your life. 1, remove choices. Successful people reduces decision. Work out at the same time, wake up at the same time, eat similar meals. Decision fatigue destroys discipline. Automation protects it. 2nd, start small. People fail because they start too big. Don't promise 2 hours, promise 10 minutes. Winning consistently matters more than winning dramatically. 3rd, keep promises to yourself. Every broken promise weakens trust. Every kept promise strengthens identity. Your confidence isn't built from compliments, it's built from evidence. Number 4, focus on consistency. One amazing day changes nothing. 300 average disciplined days changes everything. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Number 5, measure process. Most people obsess over outcome. Successful people measure actions. Don't ask, did I lose weight? Ask, did I complete today's workout? Don't ask, did I make more money today? Ask, did I completed my revenue producing activity? Own the process. The results will follow. Here's something worth remembering. The goal isn't becoming someone who never struggles. It's becoming someone who acts despite the struggle. Discipline isn't about perfection. It's about reliability. Some mornings, if you're going to be honest with yourself, you'll feel unstoppable. Other mornings, you'll question everything. Show up anyway. That's discipline. People admire successful people because of what they see. But here's the thing. What they don't see are the thousands of ordinary days. The mornings no one applauded. The workouts no one noticed. The pages that were written. The calls made. The sacrifices accepted. Championships aren't created on an extraordinary day. They're created on ordinary days repeated consistently over time. Now, if today's episode resonated with you, here's your challenge. Today, keep one promise to yourself. Not 10, not 11, not 20, just one. Because discipline isn't built in massive moments. It's built in tiny decisions repeated over time. Remember, motivation may get you started, but discipline keeps you moving. And when you own your discipline, you truly, truly own the process. Thanks for listening to the Own the Process. If you found value in today's conversation, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this episode with someone who needs the reminder that success isn't about wanting or waiting to feel inspired. It's about showing up anyways. And until next time, own your habits, own your choices, and truly own your process.